Well, I'm getting fit.
Oh, snap.
Oh.
I am. I did it.
I did it. I have done it.
I did
I was
it.
laughing how well those emotes went together.
Yeah, I was actually laughing. I was like, damn it. Because I just unmuted myself. Just like, no, don't laugh. Don't giggle. It's a trap. Okay, guys, let's...
Oh, well, did you get my spells that I wanted?
No. I imagine they're not too different than what you already have, right?
Don't I get new ones?
Yes, question mark?
I think
don't
you said
know.
so because I got a new one.
I'm a terrible person.
You are the absolute worst. You're not. You're not.
I am the absolute worst.
What did you decide that you wanted to do? I think you can change out like one spell, and then
Oh,
you can
cool.
get a new spell.
I want bouncing body really bad.
Bouncing what?
Bouncing body, where you turn your enemy's bones into jello.
What? What is this?
Yes. I want it. I want it for my own.
Change out a spell? What can we do? Not just get extra.
The target's flesh
level.
becomes flexible and rubbery.
Oh.
They gain a +2 circumstance bonus on grapple combat maneuver checks and escape artist.
Oh, maybe I read that wrong.
You actually...
That's fine. I have another one.
Hit me with it.
Shadow trap.
Shadow trout?
Trap.
Oh,
I mean,
Trap.
knowing Nyx.
I was like,
Wow.
shadow trout, that sounds like a strange sex move.
Yes, I'm going to perform the shadow trout. Solis knows all about that.
This is in Blood of Shadows. Okay, let's see. You pin the target's shadow to its current location, causing the target to become entangled and preventing it from moving further than 5 feet from its original position. As if its shadow were anchored to the terrain. Each round on its turn, the target can attempt a new saving throw to end the effect as a full round action. Wow. Wowzers,
Little
Batman.
face. It's like.
Okay, so they get a will save.
If you don't like that, I will take Vanish.
I mean, that's good. This is a useful spell.
Thank you.
It's very useful, Batman. And he said vanish?
Or Vanish. It doesn't matter,
Let's see
but
Vanish.
I like Shadow Trap a lot. I think that'll help us a lot.
I certainly wish Shadow Trout was an actual spell.
Or a sex move.
Yeah. We'll have to ask
Whichever
Solis.
came first.
We'll have to ask Solis what that actually entails.
What?
What the sex move Shadow Trout?
Kind of
Can I
fish,
show you my trout?
right?
Oh no.
It moves like a trout sometimes.
Oh no.
In the wind.
What? Oh god. The spell functions like invisibility, except for the effect only lasts 1 round per cast level.
Daniel looks so uncomfortable every time I mention my satyr dick.
Oh, it's so good. It's great. The spell immediately ends if the subject attacks any creature. That's really good though. This vanish is very tricky, yes. It's very tricky. So you decide which is more fitting.
Oh, wait a minute. I can have a total of 4 level 1 spells. I only have
Yeah.
2.
Yes.
Oh, so I could put whatever I wanted in the other thing.
Yeah.
Oh, so I can pick 2 of these.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know if I want Vanish or Burning Hands now. Oh, I really want Shadow Trap. Okay, I want that. I want Shadow Trap. That's a great magician piece to add to the ensemble. And I would just love Vanish.
Vanish is useful. That's very, very Nyx.
She did disguise herself
Yes.
as a bush one time.
That is just disguises. I am a master
Oh,
cosplayer
God.
in this game.
Oh man. And it begins.
Okay. I've got 5 and 3. 5 and 2, so I'm fine.
Wow. Okay. Jen, thank you so much for subbing. Liz. Oh, there it is. Like, what? Liz. Hi, thank you so much. Liz. Look at that, man. That's you guys are so kind to me. So, cats, let's talk about what happened last time. Last time was a show. It was a wild one, to say the least. What happened? What went down?
I don't remember.
You have no idea.
We fought some shadow apparition, whatever.
Yeah.
That turns into a bat. And
Mogar,
we fought bugs that sucked the back out of Nyx.
Mogar accosted
Yeah,
Kendra.
hurt.
Mogar what?
Accosted Kendra while she was unconscious.
Oh,
you
yeah,
going
he
from-
like touched
Yeah.
her. I forgot about that.
Oh, you touched the
Mogar got it
boob.
all.
Mogar.
Mogar,
didn't do
You
nothing.
dirty half-orc.
Mogar.
And you didn't
No,
even
I
invite Nyx to the party. Rude.
She tried.
Um,
I pulled out. I said nope.
Oh God.
Pulled
Oh,
out no
man.
babies for Mogar.
No. That's.
No, not even touching. No first base for her.
I will say it.
Mogar's new name is Hogar. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
It did look very suspicious, Mogar. It did look very suspicious. Do you think your allies trust you?
Yeah, man, because didn't he see that?
we did believe him in the end, didn't
No,
Yeah.
Solis was the one that believed you.
we?
I
were
would believe
yes.
Mogar.
I think Mogar, as soon as they came in, they were like, "That's very typical of a half-orc. Take advantage of a woman when she's unconscious."
Plowing pillage.
And you were like, "Mogar, no!"
Mogar, gentleman.
Mogar no touch, ladies.
Mogar with top hat and monocle.
Yeah.
That'd
Very
be
good.
sick.
Very good. So, yeah,
I got you. Daniel, I got you.
you guys had taken her back to her room because, well, she was in a really, really bad place, man. She had just been drained by several sturges.
And she like broke her back walking around with him.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
she was all like weird and like exorcisty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a show, needless to say. It was strange. But you took her to her room, you laid her down, and Mogar, you saw some things. Now, I'm not just saying you saw, like, nudity for the first time. You saw something very odd. What did you encounter?
Like she was pleasuring herself, but she was not pleasuring herself. Other things were pleasuring her while she was moaning, and nothing was there. And I was just like, "What the fuck?" And then she went to grab my hand, and I was just like, I rolled for the pull out, and I was like, "Nope, you ain't gonna touch me." And right when I was pulling out, that's when they came into the door.
I love when you say pulling out every time.
Well, it's the truth. I pulled away. I was like, "Yo."
I pulled out though.
Hypothetically, I'm curious, if Mogar were to do a boob touch, what would that look like? Would it just be like
Squish the boob
Awkward.
like fruit gusher?
It's like a boy's first time.
My whole hand would be half her chest. Like,
Just
she
Squeeze
wouldn't
both.
know, like, I'd be like
center of
this.
the palm.
It'd just be like this, and she'd be like, "Oh."
Squeeze
the whole
both.
I'd be like,
Dude, squeeze both boobs with one hand.
Hot.
Oh man.
That's what that is.
Master
That's
drip
hot.
skill.
Thank
but
you.
it didn't happen, so thank God.
You're right. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. So yeah.
So don't worry about it.
Okay. All right, calm down, Dad. Damn. Okay. Everybody burst into the room. You called for everyone. Said something was happening. When they came in, you had pulled your hand away because she grabbed at your wrist. What do you think she was going to
Touching
do?
She was gonna try to fondle me.
Gonna eat him.
Typical.
Nah, she was honestly gonna try.
Yeah,
She
no,
was probably gonna try
definitely.
to put her hands on her
Yeah.
in multiple spots.
Yeah, because then it'll be like, no, Mogar, it's okay to do that. And then Mogar would be like, bow, chicka, bow, wow.
I don't know. Mogar
That was
doesn't.
Kendra.
I made a
doesn't
very
strike me.
sophisticated Mogar.
I
like
think-
those-
I feel like Mogar would need like a really thick lady. He needs himself a thick.
You don't
mistress.
know what he likes.
Thick with
Excuse
3
you.
C's.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Amazonian woman, something like
One boob.
Oh, maybe that's why he didn't cop a feel.
Yeah.
He's-
He's like 2 boobs, too much.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Don't put your weird fetishes on Mogar. What if he likes tiny women?
Ain't no king shame, man.
Just a little
Yeah,
bit.
exactly. Don't put your views on Mogar and make him feel bad. God.
Nah, I'm Mogar's good friend, man. I'm the only one that trusts him.
Garmore.
When you guys was like, you did something nasty to her, I was like, no, he didn't. Right, Mogar?
I was proud he was getting some. Excuse you. I was there the whole time. Get it, boy.
So anyway, after that,
Oh, it's just chime.
after that, we got enough.
Blitz.
Fight.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you better be.
So, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. The lady's
How
got
dare you have relationships outside of each other?
Yeah, what the hell, Bob?
The smooches.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
Joe.
sorry. I'm gonna get flack for it. I know it's gonna happen. Okay. You rushed into the
Totally
room.
kidding.
You explained the situation. There were like hands, right? Like hands moving all over her body.
Lots of hands.
This quote unquote pleasuring kind of thing. And that's when they kind of gave you that stink eye, like, was Mogar, and you were like, nah, miss me with that. And that's when things started going strange, right? Like Cypress asked for one of the vials.
Haunt siphons.
Yes, the haunt siphons, correct. What happened next?
He ghostbusted it. No.
He opened that bad boy up and it changed around.
Yeah, he opened it. He then the room went like grey scale kind of thing, and kind of it was like the Tomb Raider when you do Survivor Sense. Ooh.
Yes.
And there was a fuzzy dude in the corner.
Fuzzy.
Well, it was fuzzy. Something in the corner. Figure looming. 9 feet tall. Humanoid. Panpipes hanging from wrist.
Yes.
We all see it. Darkness around the face. Hiding details. He has a strong jaw. Hooked nose. He draws his long arms up to blow on the panpipes. And then... and then... someone else.
Lily, what happened next?
I'm sorry, everyone's shaming me in this chat right now for my ships in this D&D campaign, and I'm a little upset. God.
I mean, no, I'm not mad at you. That's the one that matters.
I also drew Classy Mogar with a weird
Hey.
monocle.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm sorry. Hi. What happened? All I really remember is that my bed was fucked up when we left Kendra in the other room, or wherever we left her, and then we went to go our separate ways, and we found in my bedroom the dead priest furrow brow man, and all underneath all of the beds, Grimborough, of course. And then there was like the atheist blood painted symbol upon everybody's underneath of their mattress. That was like leaking goopy blood.
I didn't
We had
sleep
a
on
fight
it.
before that, though.
Oh, did we have a fight?
We fought the Sturges and we all got
Oh, I
jacked
thought
up.
we went over that. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we fought Sturges and I got effed up. Okay,
You
I got
almost
effed
died.
up. I had
Yep.
stingers coming out of every which way of my body. I didn't know what blood was mine. I didn't know what blood was theirs. It was disgusting. I was trying to eat it to like put it back in my body, and that's not how that works.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, what? I'm sorry.
You were
No, it's
probosced. You had multiple, like you were turned into a Capri Sun.
And nobody is helping me. I was left to fend by
You
my
didn't say
small self.
Capri. Why do you guys say Capri? It's Capri.
It's
A
Capri Sun.
Capri Sun.
Not in America, right?
Capri Sun.
There is truth there. There's truth. Just like we say aluminum.
Well, that has extra letters, so that's okay that we can say different.
Yes. Aluminum. Capri.
Aluminum has less because apparently you guys can't deal with extra letters.
You got me. I'm not particular. I'm not particularly good at reading. It's not my strong suit.
Oh, the dude, the spoopy dude, had a scythe, and he was trying to slash at Cypress. And when he slashed at Cypress, he like cleaved through the grayscale, and you could see through the color.
I got a question about that. When he was slashing, the hands were disappearing. I don't get it. I thought the hands were helping the strange guy.
Yeah.
So the haunt siphon itself is there to siphon the haunt. It's there to remove the threat from the environment. So picture it's like, you've seen Ghostbusters, right?
Yeah.
You know the little like kick pad that they have that sucks the ghost in? This is like that, but on a much smaller scale, and it's a bit slower.
So why did he have a haunt siphon when he was haunting us?
No,
He didn't.
Ello had it.
Ello had it. Ello.
Oh, Ello had the haunt
Yeah.
siphon?
Yeah, he opened it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, for some no. What weapon did the
Spooky
Guy
guy
had
had panpipes. Like,
oh,
and,
I misunderstood
a scythe.
that. I thought the guy had a scythe that was
did.
slashing the air.
He did.
That was killing the hands or whatever.
No. It wasn't killing the hands. Whenever he would slash with his kama, which is like a small hand scythe, it would pull, like it would return the... It's sort of like returning the veil, right? Like returning your normal vision back over. Like he was trying to disguise or hide himself back in the unseen world. So every time he would slash, it would return things back to the way that he had originally had them set up. So...
Got it.
Combat came to an end after he took a few vicious blows. The crack of what appeared to be a club, an arrow that you had fired, and I believe a spell had caught him.
Snowball.
And he fled. He turned into this swarm of bats and fleed out of the window. You guys were able to kill all of the Sturges. And Kendra sits up. She sit up immediately after combat. What did she say?
Hang on, I'll see if I wrote exactly down.
Anybody can answer this. This is anybody's game. Was she like, oh boy, I need a drink?
What?
Oh, shit. I had a really good dream. Yep. No, that's what she said.
Oh,
I just
shit!
remember her waking up really confused about what happened, and I told her that I became a woman.
She was sitting on the edge of the bed, awake and aware, but I didn't write down what she said.
Okay.
She's probably asking these giant holes in my body.
She was very confused, first and foremost, right? Like, she wanted to know why she was naked.
Oh, yeah.
And then you guys drew some blankets from underneath the bed, covering her up, and you asked her to leave. That's when somebody spotted something.
Yep.
What did you see with your eyes?
Well, I need to just say, just so we know, that Cypress closed the haunt cipher once they were gone.
Yes.
And he has it.
Yes, he does.
It's swirling, but it's darker. No longer looks usable. Looks evil. Shifting spooky hands and skull is my notes. And then Mogar saw something.
What'd you see, Mogar? What'd you find?
By the bedside table.
Isn't the what's his name? The dude that flew away, didn't we get his weapon? The Piper.
It was the Piper's pipes.
The Piper. The Piper's pipe.
So now you guys
Who
have...
blew into it?
Now you guys
Someone
have
blew into it.
this apparition's panpipes. It's almost like a translucent smoky color, which is a little wild. You were not really expecting to have this, but now it's in your person. Which really leads you to believe, like, how much of this is ghost? You know, how much of this is an undead feature? What's the situation like? You're not really sure. You guys saw something else. I'm going to pass this over to Nyx.
I don't know why.
You and Mogar saw something under the bed.
Goop. Wasn't it Goop?
It was a something.
I know who it was.
Who it was?
It was the father.
No, this was before that.
Before that?
Mm-hmm. You found something.
I just remember getting the pipe. I literally remember getting.
Remember, you were like, Mogar, flip the bed. He was like, Mogar.
Oh, that's right. But there was a satanic symbol under the bed.
Yeah, that's right. There was a sigil that was drawn in the bed.
Right, and it was goopy though. It wasn't like just like, hey, like some paint, like you just smear. I mean, it was like goopy, disgusting.
Somebody did some research on that, It had to be one of the spellcasters.
Ladies.
I am literally Nyx 100%. I know it was me. You wouldn't ask me unless it wasn't me.
Well, there's 2 spellcasters here.
I know. I mean, I'm the note taker. So
Yeah,
I know
she's
all.
the note taker.
I don't want to like unless you ask me. I'm not gonna.
Well, it was specifically you. What did you uncover?
I don't know.
me. Oh,
Yeah, you.
Oh, you.
Oh, thank God! Oh,
I know what I did. Okay, so it was a symbol we saw at Harrowstone Pristle. It's elaborate, and it's a summoning sigil.
It's a summoning sigil, yeah.
They aren't put in place by the undead, and someone had to have put it there. Ooh.
Dun dun dun.
Like my
I feel
speaking
like it's
music.
Vance,
That's right.
I think
because,
I added it
like out together.
That's right. You guys had a few words that you shared immediately after that, and then you had decided that you were going to separate. That Kendra needed to go rest. She needed to go lay down. This is when I believe it was about this point that we lost DJ. What's up?
First, Cypress blew on the pipe before we left the sturge room because the sturge wings fluttered.
That's right. In this, yeah, the sturges
right,
were like.
And we were like, "Don't do it!" And there was a compulsion. He was like, "There's a compulsion, but I'm gonna do it anyway."
I want it. Can I have it? Can I have that item? Please. I will not let you down. It's part of my...
I think Cypress has it, so no one can have it.
No, he needs to give that to me because it's part of my craft. And no, it's part of my spell craft, which I have. That's right.
Ken just screamed, and that's when we all were like, "Ah!"
Mm-hmm.
And she pointed under the bed.
What did she say was under the bed?
Grimbrow.
She didn't say that.
Oh.
She said
Didn't
that
she just say there was something under the
She
bed?
said she saw something under the bed. She saw something move under the bed. DJ wasn't here at this time because he had to leave, and this is when Mogar lifted up the bed, seeing the sigil that had been painted on the bottom of the bed as well. But that's when everybody else encountered the corpse of Father Grimburrow.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Did you think he was possessed? And
He
then
slit his throat. Well, he had a slit throat.
that means, hold up, I'm like brainstorming. What if he was possessed by blah 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 Vance or whatever or whoever or blah blah, and he put all of the things under the beds, and then he slit his own throat under that bed. And was just
What I was thinking about was because all the nursery rhyme comes back to a bunch of them, right? So we keep encountering them. I'm gonna get the nice written nursery rhyme out. So we've now encountered the Piper, we assume, of the marsh. We've obviously met Vance, the psychopants. What's it called? Psychopants. But like, here's the Loppet. There we go. So there's also. There's the hammer. Take a knife and lop her head, which is the... Never mind. I was like, maybe it could be another murderer who done it.
Well, the Piper.
So let's go ahead and springboard into this. I feel like we've done a lot of leveling, a lot of discussion, and you guys got to start kind of figuring out what's going to happen. We don't know when Ello's going to be with us, but he said that he would. So let's get into this. Let's get some action in place. MVG says, Bub, give 1 cure light to each, just in case. So everybody here will get a cure light potion.
Aww.
Go ahead and add that to your inventory, to your character inventory. It's
called Cure Light?
Yep, 1 cure light potion.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And that's something that you use when your health is low. It's basically divine energy that has been captured, it's been jarred, and you drink it down, and it's like a health potion. You heal up a certain amount. Okay. All right, friends. Let's change that there. Remove you. Where did I put it? There it is. Okay. You've just discovered the body of Father Grimburrow. He lies, bled out, under the bed. Inconveniently, this is a room that has not really been seen. It was supposed to have been Nyx's room, but Nyx decided that she was going to bed with Symarra.
Slumber party.
That's right. So, you were not keen or privy to the information of the body being either hidden or left, whatever the situation scenario is. You were not awares. What do you guys do? Mogar, you're still holding the bed. Symarra and Nyx, you're in the doorway. DJ, you're probably there as well with Solis. Ello had just come into the room. Kendra is backed all the way into the corner.
Mogar, once he lifts it up, he's going to say, Mogar.
That's the best answer.
I mean, obviously we're all shocked, but is he stinky?
I mean, he doesn't put off a vast smell, if that makes sense. It's not.
We've not been here long.
Yeah, you guys haven't really been here long. It was only 2 days. 2 days.
Nobody wants to jump in.
No, I'm sorry. I noticed my door was open, and I don't remember leaving it open. So when I kind of looked, it was just weird. So I got scared. And I had to go like shut it. Where were we?
Someone's scared.
Dude, I'm always so scared of the supernatural. I can't. After I made that fake Ouija board, I had to go throw it out immediately. Like, I was so nervous.
Aww.
Okay, where are we? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
We're just looking at him.
This is the dead priest.
Yes, it's the same priest that you had met on the first session.
Nyx kind of just looks like I look right now, just like, At least he still has beautiful eyebrows.
Solis will be like, I think we need to assess the situation here. So his throat is slit, correct?
Yeah. Just as a reminder to everyone, here is the character there. That is the late Father Grimburrow.
I'm so sad he's dead.
We weren't sure if he was a goblin.
So we should check his body and make sure there's no weapons on him to see if it was self-inflicted or murder.
Can I, like, Symarra's creeped out a bit, but she's kind of looking at the neck to see if it's all dried and congealed or if it's kind of still really wet. That will give us a clue of
perception check?
I guess.
Yeah, perception.
Well, perception will help you reveal certain information, but a heal check would help you determine how long the body lie here.
Oh, okay. I do have heal now.
Okay.
I don't have a bonus in it, so...
Everybody can check if you'd like to. Mogar, I'm assuming that you're going to move the bed.
That's what I was just going to say.
Okay.
Mogar's going to move the bed away so that everyone can be able to see the body.
Definitely.
I don't have any heals, so is it like just a... Maybe I shouldn't even roll.
I mean, you can.
Skill.
You can still technically do better than other people just on the roll itself.
So I just do R/R 1d20.
Yeah, plus whatever the corresponding ability score is. So I think that's wisdom, right? So then it's going to be a d20 plus your wisdom modifier.
Could I do this as well?
Yeah, totally.
Mogar will have seen lots of dead people. Well, not enough dead people.
Okay. So Mogar has 3, Solis is 10, Nyx is 8, Symarra has 7. You guys, you don't know. You're not really sure. I mean, there is some flakiness to the blood around the wound itself on the neck, but it's still kind of sticky. You know that you just saw this man 2 days ago.
Is it fresh?
And he's not been reported as missing, so...
You know what? I would like to re-roll, if you don't mind. Can I re-roll?
Yeah, you can.
Nope, never mind.
All right. You have used one of your rerolls, sir. Just keep that in mind. And we are
2.
three. We are 3 subs away from a third luck reroll. Okay. No, you guys, you're unable to tell. It looks like the situation is not in your favor at this moment. You can't determine how long he's been down. You cut out.
Is there any way we can do a perception check to see if there's any like weapons around or
Anything
anything
abnormal?
was used?
Sure. Go ahead. Give me a perception check.
Ooh, with the new perception?
20 plus.
Poor father, right, Matt Bacon?
Huh?
If that's correct, because I got plus
Oh, wow.
2 my perception, right?
I know, so let's forget.
So now I got 7.
Solis, crit.
Damn,
Soulless,
I have 20.
yo.
Souls crits. Mogar, you can tell that the father has been crudely pushed upon the up under the bed itself, right? Like you can tell that he's not lying in a very natural way. So it looks like someone had stuffed him under here. Solis, upon looking over the body itself, there are no signs of struggle. None. It looks as if he was either asleep or he potentially had this happen to him willingly.
Eyes are open or shut?
Eyes are open.
I mean, this is Nyx's room, so he wouldn't. I don't think he just like go crawl in her bed unless he was trying to get with the gnome.
I mean
that ass. Willingly. Wow, he never put off any kind of thoughts of hating himself or something.
Yeah, no, I don't think this was.
Actually, he was very about himself, even when I picked on him.
He knew what he was about.
Kendra's
So
still
let's-
befuddled. She waits for you guys to fully enter into the room. She'll gather the blankets that she's been left with, and she will move downstairs. She wants nothing to do with this situation whatsoever.
All right. So at this time, we still have not slept, right?
No, you guys are you have not slept. You're so exhausted. Like it's borderline to the point where you're probably you ever been so sleepy that you've just been frustrated with every little thing that happens. You can't be bothered by anyone around you, and you're just like you're nipping at people for every little thing that they say or do.
So we have a couple of choices. We could sleep and then work on the body tomorrow. We can work on the body, but then lose the lack of sleep or whatever may happen because Bub continuously brings new things. So it causes us not to sleep. Or whatever else you guys have in mind, if you have anything else. I'm just thinking, those are the two.
I think we thought about checking our own beds other than Nyx's to see if it had the symbol, but I don't think we did.
Oh, I thought we did.
Yeah, I think you guys did, actually.
If we did or not.
And we all have the symbol.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I remember I was like, fuck the beds, I'm gonna sleep on my bed of cards.
Yeah, I do remember saying I'll kick the apothecary off the sofa, I don't even care. But I don't remember if we actually checked it.
Okay, so at this point, Solis is pacing back and forth, and he's thinking to himself, possession is a possibility here as well. Because if you're possessed, you have no control of your body. There will be no struggle with that either. We just saw the sheriff banging his head against a wall, quote unquote, willingly.
Sleep and just let it happen.
Sleepwalking is a thing. Actioning, I guess you could say. I want to turn to Kendra and ask her, have you ever seen any strange behaviors coming from the priest?
So are you... She exited. She's no longer in the room.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought she was there.
You can still talk to her. She's just gone down to in front of the fire.
Okay, I'll
to
go
warm herself.
join her.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just like.
Nix,
No,
Mogar,
right now.
same situation. Are you guys going downstairs as well? Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not staying upstairs.
All right, sounds good. When you arrive downstairs, she is sitting sort of cradled in her chair, like her knees to her chest, and her arms are up. One arm is over her legs as she's covered in the blanket, and the other arm is like it's up around her face, and she's kind of like drawing the hair back out of her face. She's very visibly shaken. There's just a slight like tremor in when she moves. So like when she goes to move her hair, you can see that she's shaking a little bit.
Okay, Karen, you've been through a Kendra. Keep on like Karen. You've been through a lot. I understand. We've all been through a lot. We're all tired and hurt and injured. The priest must be like the nail in the coffin for you. Have you ever noticed him having any kind of strange behaviors lately?
Strange compared to what?
Yeah,
So
I understand.
This whole town has been strange my whole life, and I thought I'd gotten away from it. But I come back because my father had passed away, and now I feel more stuck than I've ever been.
Mogar wants to know when's the last time that you've seen Father.
I saw him last when you did. When he was here for the burial.
Mogar.
Mogar.
That's weird. I'm just thinking, so she hasn't seen him since then. This is all out of character that I'm thinking of. Alright. So how the heck did he get in there? Is there any way that we can, like,
I mean,
any
we've got the parents here
arcana?
as well, you know. So
Now that I have
everyone's
sense
everywhere.
motive,
Sense motive for what?
to see if there was, like, any kind of, like, I don't know, if there's an aura or any kind of thing that could be around in the bed if I ran back upstairs to check on, to get more leads from the body.
So, you think that Solis has found the only visible information in the natural spectrum. You would need someone with the ability to properly detect magic, if you thought that there might be some magic there. But you guys believe, in this case, that that's been discovered, because there was a magic sigil that was bled into the bottom of the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
You know that it's some kind of summoning circle, but to what degree, you're unawares. You have no idea.
Is there any books? We do have books. We do have a whole library. Is there a library, or is there any symbol that we can look into in there to kind of match?
Yeah, can we do a Knowledge Arcana in the study to sort of look at the symbol to see if there's any prolonged effects, or if we need to negate,
Sure.
break the symbol?
But
kind of things?
I think what I'm going to do from this point forward is, if you'd like to do a study or a search, I'm going to focus it down to a certain topic. If you guys hit on any of the said topics, then I'll give you more information, as opposed to just kind of like luck rolling yourself into it.
Okay.
Okay.
So you want to go into the library. You want to discover what these sigils could possibly mean.
But before
Yeah, we
before
know-
people get into it, I'm gonna stop everyone and be like, guys, it's been a long, long night, day. We've all been injured. We fought long. Even if we find what we're looking for, we're not gonna really be able to understand it with our eyes being heavy. I think we should get rest and come back to it. I don't know what to do about the body.
Symarra. I don't like them in the house when I'm asleep. I just want to make sure that there's not going to bring anything else. I'm really
I agree with Solis.
but I just need to it needs to not be on my bed. Okay. And then I'll go.
Mogar thinks that we should figure this out, and then let's go to bed. Not the man. We will figure the man out and work with him later. But
How
at
do you-
least
just the symbol.
let's figure out what this is, and hopefully there's nothing else more coming while we're sleeping.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I don't want the summoning sigil to be in the house if it's still kind of active whilst we're asleep. So I kind of want to have a look to see if there's anything we need to do to kind of cancel out the effects before we go to sleep and leave ourselves vulnerable in that way.
Let's see if we could take like 30 minutes of studying to see if we can find it real quick and then get to sleep.
Sure. Then, in this case, give me 2 topics you would like to potentially search. No, just a collective total in the library, so I can try to give you more information about whatever these sigils might be.
Do we have a selection of books or topics that we can choose from, or we have to pick from on top of our heads?
You have to pick from the top of your heads. It's a little bit of intuition.
Summoning and sigils.
We know that it was at Harrowstone Prison.
Okay.
So, you guys shared that, and it's about. All I wrote is symbol seen at Harrowstone Prison. Ink is blood, so I bet that has something to do with it. Symbol is elaborate, and it's a summoning sigil. They aren't put in place by the undead, and someone has to put it there. So.
Wait, you're saying the sigil is from the prison?
You guys saw it at the prison.
We saw it at the prison.
Yeah, but you did tell us all about that. So I mean.
Do we have any books that have? Okay, so we know it's from there.
So since the 2 of you are adequately searching, I'll let you both pick one. You guys tell me 2 topics that you want to potentially cover. Just pick 1 topic each, and I'll let you know based off of a roll if you want to cover anything.
Kind of a double thing, though.
It can't be vague. Like, I search for dead stuff. You got to give me something that's a bit more narrow.
If you have good ideas for 2, I'll give you mine, because right now I'm out of the loop.
I'm kind of thinking. I'm trying to stay vague, like about how how the symbol can be affected by different strokes. So maybe it's elaborate because this is an example. Maybe it's elaborate because it wants to draw in a really powerful spirit, or maybe if you change a stroke, it will diminish its power, kind of thing. So maybe the patterning of the symbol.
Nix, Solis, if you guys have any ideas, you can also...
Well, I liked Solis's idea of looking for a book dealing with all different types of sigils, because if there's a whole book of them, wouldn't it just make more sense to find the one that we're looking for and what it does and where it comes from and more of a background on it?
I mean, if that works, but it's just because Bob said topics, so...
Isn't sigil a topic?
I mean, yeah, if that's like narrow enough, I'm happy with that one.
So you want to look up sigils?
I mean, if you guys want, I was just thinking that would be the best way
it's a sigil, so...
is a sigil.
I would say, like, in specific summoning sigils, not just sigils, because sigils, you can give us a whole damn book and it'd be hours, but if you give us summoning sigils.
Okay, so you want to focus a bit more on the summoning aspect.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, okay, and what other topic? What else did you have? Or did you just want to lead with this and see what you find?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because then we can like do another search based on what we find. Then can't we?
Yeah.
Then let's see. Give me, Mogar, since this is not exactly your field of specifics, aid another here, Symarra. Sai, give me a knowledge arcana based off of some of the various titles that you see around you.
I am going to attempting to use a look reroll. How many is a look reroll?
Okay, you've got 2 of them.
2 or 3.
You actually, you've got. You're 1 sub away at this point from having a 3rd.
Oh,
Jesus!
Remember, Symarra, you also have your inspiration.
I know, I considered that, but I thought even if. Even if I get like a low thing, I won't necessarily get loads of knowledge about it. I'm gonna use my second look reroll.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna stick with 15.
Okay.
And then Mogar is assistant.
Yes, with his assistance, you guys actually break the DC. Symarra,
Hooray!
You are pandering through the study in the library, and you happen to discover a selection of materials that focus on summoning. There are about 5 books, or at least there were 5 books. You notice that one book is missing, and when you look at the bookshelf, there is a line in the dust around this particular area that leads you to presume that a book has recently been moved.
Can I read the book? Oh. Can we, I don't know, like a perception check of the room and have a look around to see if we can find it in here? Or, we did one near Father Grimbo, didn't we? We didn't see anything.
Do you tell everyone else about this?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Sure. Let's get perceptions from everyone.
Perceptions?
Yes.
17.
Hold on. What?
Actually, very good. Mogar, you trickled onto this, but Nyx, you're the first to immediately notice this. Nyx, you notice that the flames of the fire nearest Kendra have been stoked, and they burn quite brightly.
Oh.
You see the binding of a book that has been opened and left burning. The vellum chars.
How are you done? Are you done talking?
So the book's in the fire.
Okay. So Nyx immediately just springs up, like she's tired. She's dead tired. Like she is just like a walking like zombie girl.
Okay.
But she like immediately like springs the hell up. She's like, the book is on fire! The book is in the fire! And like she like runs over, but she doesn't want to like touch it because she can't because it's fire and she
Sure.
doesn't have anything. So she's just like
While she's
trying to,
doing that, and as she
wrap-
said the first line, can I mage hand it out of the fire?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. As you immediately cast Mage Hand and you begin to levitate this book out of the flame itself, it's carrying with it fire. You are hovering a book of fire now through the middle of the room.
I'm tempted
Mogar.
to use Drench, but I don't want to ruin the book.
Can I get like any kind of cloth or?
The book is ruined.
I mean, it's a bit
Already
ruined,
ruined,
but if I
please.
get it all wet, I don't know if the ink will run. I don't know about vellum.
oh.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be like, mage hand the Drench.
Okay, sure. You cast Drench, and it just immediately begins like this torrid amount of rain. It just begins pouring down over the top of this book, which simmers it immediately, right? Like you hear the as steam and smoke begin rising from the stripped and charred vellum. And when you immediately begin looking over it, I would say that 95% of the book is burned. Half of the pages are completely burned through. The other half of them have just char marks and running ink. Any kind of material that would have been read through this may have been very important, but the information was missed.
Man,
No.
What about the front of the book, where the title is? And stuff?
Sure. When you glance over the spine of the book itself, it does actually say, from the other side, a ritual book of summoning.
From
Sounds
the other
sound.
side.
Yeah, that's actually what it says in text. From the other side, a ritual text of summoning.
can I like study what is in the book, like that we can see?
It's not legible.
None of it's legible.
There's nothing that's legible.
Okay, so now we need to figure out if each sigil summons something, or do all of them collectively summon one thing?
Is that something that you want to discover right now? Or do you think you would be working better under arrest?
I think we work better under arrest, to be
Okay.
honest.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, sounds good. Let's go ahead and put you guys in your sleep mode. Where are you guys staying? Just out of curiosity.
I'm staying downstairs.
Yeah, I'm not fucking staying upstairs.
I actually have something in my gear. I have a bedroll.
Okay.
So I'll be staying on that with a blanket.
So you guys are basically slumber partying.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I have a hammock. So
I have a bed of cards that I magically make into a bed.
You have a hammock. What are you hanging the hammock from?
Hang on, I'm just thinking about a praise and like what
Mogar.
Mogar.
Mogar just
arms out for me, please.
Well, I have
Mogar just goes over to the corner,
I have a
crosses his
blanket as well,
arms.
so I just do that. But I feel like a hammock will be more useful. I'm gonna hang it from. I'm trying to think of ye olde housey. We're in 2 different rooms, are we, or is it all in the study? Because I know we've got the apothecary, we've got Bart, we've got Kendra.
Well, Bart and the apothecary were left in the study where you guys were actually searching.
Yeah.
The room that you're in is like a dining / side area.
I'm
It's
not
like
staying with
it's like a
Bart.
spare room.
Well,
No. Me and my apple.
So Nyx lays down her cards. Solis pulls out his bag, his knapsack, if you will, lies down. Mogar, you've picked the corner, and Symarra, you're trying to find a place to hang
What?
your...
hell no, man. Your boy gets gear. I have a bedroll.
Okay, throw it out,
I'm
man.
asleep in my bedroll.
All right, man. We got to sleep together. Not literally, but next to each
We're
other.
not talking about literally. We're not here to have a big giant orgy.
I mean, Solis is always down, but
What?
Mogar's already asleep.
Threw my apple. Fell on the
Mogar
floor.
turned around so he doesn't have to see anybody and is just going to sleep. Just
Oh.
he's already asleep.
All
I
right.
have to specify what I'm hanging it off.
all right.
Because,
So while he's asleep, Solis says, "I make a suggestion that we all sleep close,
oh, I'm gonna
keeping a
hang
close eye on Kendra."
one bit on the door handle, so if people open the door, it's gonna wake me up.
Okay.
Ha ha ha!
All right. And
And the other bit, I don't know what the room's like.
To the stairwell.
On like the table leg, I suppose. So it's gonna be like a really low hanging hammock. But if I
Very.
get tight enough, it's still gonna be off the floor and comfortable.
sure,
But
we
it's
could say that you could use the banister from the steps.
But is that
Yeah,
outside?
from the stairs.
No, from the stair. Remember, there is a set of stairs that lead up, so you can go to your rooms. It's not a flat; it's a 2-story.
Oh, I thought the stairs were outside this room. Okay, yeah, one on the door and one on the stair banister.
All right. That's actually very clever. Placing it on the door handle, it would likely shift your body in a way, so you would know if someone was coming in. So that's very clever. Kudos for that.
Nah.
I demand to sleep very close to Symarra, by the way.
Okay. I mean,
I'm
you're s-
almost.
Go ahead.
I'm almost like Solis is thinking to himself, maybe we should have shifts, and not all sleep at the same time.
Well, you guys have been going for so long at this point that if you sleep
Fall
in
asleep
shifts,
anyway.
one person will not only risk falling asleep as is, but they won't be treated as having a full rest. They'll be exhausted tomorrow. That will take a
Right.
pretty decent detriment to your numbers.
All right, fine. All sleeping.
Okay.
I point out that I've hung it on the door handle, so if anyone comes in, like after that suggestion, if anyone comes in, it's gonna wake me up. Did you take the trap thing, Lily?
The trap?
The trap spell, or I don't know. If
It's
this
it's alarm. The alarm spell. Essentially, you declare alarm and it chooses an area, and if someone breaks through that area, it sends off a horrible noise.
What was the trout one that people kept saying trout, and it wasn't trout?
Oh, Shadow Trap. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you take that? 'Cause,
I took that. I took that, but I can only activate it when there is a threat and
Oh, okay.
see them.
And you guys
their
will
shadow.
technically not get your new spells until you get a full rest. So this
Oh, okay.
this full
All right,
rest.
let's go. Let's go.
This is where we level up. Right?
Knock out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where we level.
Yeah. So you guys did get your level ups, and I'm gonna go ahead and start with your potential encounters. So Nyx, give me an 8% range that you do not want.
4%.
4 up. Okay. Okay. Symarra, give me a 24% range that you do not want.
Great, thanks. Make it easy for you, I'll go 76 up.
Okay. And who would like the last, Solis or Mogar?
Solis, you got the clutch rolls, man. You got the clutch rolls.
Even our odd Mogar.
No way, man. No way.
Solis, he's passing the buck. Solis, give me a 40% range you do not want.
A 40% range I do not want?
Correct.
Let's go 60 and up.
Very good.
Nice.
Very good.
See? You see?
Very good. You guys will sleep like babies.
Do we get my constitution back?
I'm drooling at the moment.
You guys will gain your constitution score back to your hit points. You will reobtain your spells. It will be a full rest, no exhaustion. Probably a little sore from sleeping on the floor, but the best sleep that you've honestly had in weeks comparatively to how it's been the last couple of days.
Do we get sleep bonus? Rested EXP? I'm just kidding.
Damn, that's actually, that would be clever to use, but I don't think I can opt into that 8 sessions in. So, the morning comes too quickly. You guys will sleep into the early afternoon. You finally rise to, I would say, 2 or 3 in the afternoon itself. Who will be the first to wake up, and what does this look like?
Definitely me. I get up and I'm just like, oh, the bedroll is not what they promised when I bought it. Kind of have my hand on my back, kind of moaning and groaning as I get up, but not too loud. I don't want to wake anybody. The only thing I can think of is I'm hungry.
Okay. You actually are going to wake to the sounds of something or someone moving in the kitchen area. You smell eggs. You smell ham. The slather of any kind of cooking grease.
Bacon.
Salted pork, breads. When you finally do rise, you crack your back several times. You step to the kitchen. Kendra has found some shredded belongings that's not covered and doused in blood. And though she looks rather wrecked herself, she has decided to cook up a large meal. None of the aides have come to work on this day. They have decided to, either from her recommendation, to stay home, or it's just their day off. And
I would hope so.
she is preparing a pretty vast meal. It looks like there's mostly whole ham here. She's made at least 24 eggs in various form. And when she sees you enter in, she just looks to you and kind of like nods. And then as she looks back, she says, "Breakfast."
So I look at her and I'm like, oh my, oh, and I just run to, are they on plates or are they just like, we dish them out ourselves?
There are plates that are out, but everything is just kind of like on 2 heaping piles of serving platters.
Oh yeah, I'm going ham on this right now since no one's up.
Okay. Mogar, you would have likely heard Solis waking up.
I'm already outside.
Okay, all right.
I'm a person that once I wake up, I like to stay outside and collect my thoughts, think.
Well, you woke me up to do that.
Ball swing in the wind.
I had the hammock on the door, so.
Yeah.
Good. You're already
So
on the
I've
floor.
You fell?
Okay,
Wakes
then
up.
you guys definitely would have woke up if the door would have kicked open from
Mogar.
probably a bit of a jarring wake up, but the house has an aroma of fresh cooked breakfast. You would hear the sound of a clopping Solis as he trots into the kitchen, and you can't tell if it's him eating or the sounds of digestion, but as you investigate, there is fresh breads, fruits, meats. It's actually the most pleasant thing that has happened over the course of the last 24 to 48 hours.
Guys, come on, it's great.
There's nothing quite like a meal to bring people together. Mogar, as you step outside, if the smell of breakfast wasn't enough, there is a sweet succulence that pours down from the sun that hasn't quite kissed your face in many days. You can't tell if the rain has quite finished, or if it's just taking a bit of a break. The cloud cover breaks as well, and the sun pours down over your body.
You know when you're like suspicious of the DM being nice.
I could imagine him having a Lion King moment right now.
Yeah, almost. It's like,
Mogar hasn't felt this in many, many, many summers. This is incredible.
I mean, Symarra's obviously eating already. So.
Yeah, Nyx definitely joins in and just starts shoving her face. But I have to say that when Mogar goes outside and the door just goes, like her pet of cards hovers and it just jars her out of her sleep, like, blah! And then she just like kind of slams her face on the floor.
Okay.
But either way,
The Solis is looking at Samar, and he has like tears in his eyes because the food is good.
It's so good.
It's praising
And
Kendra.
for every other thing, like, I'm putting you on. Can I steal the low key? Like,
Just one.
can I? Or is can I add that to my gear? Or is that a little bit tricky?
Add what to your gear? The ham?
So, like, when I'm eating, I'll put like an apple in my bag, and I'll have a bite
Yeah,
of
that's
ham,
fine.
and I'll put a thing in my bag.
This is far more food than even a hungry adventuring pack could willingly eat without feeling disgusted with themselves. So yeah,
challenge accepted.
you could likely put an apple or some more of the denser fruit in your belongings. Mogar, as you're outside, you're stretching, you're taking on the air. You see none other than Gib himself. He walks along, and as the sheriff sees you, he looks to you. You guys cross eyes, right? And he'll nod and then be on his way.
Should point your finger.
I want to kind of like, yeah, no, I want to like snarl, but in a nice way, kind of like, you know, like, you know what I mean, like
with an awkward smile too, like that aggressive growl, but like grinning from ear to ear, like awkwardly.
So it's like Beast from Beauty and the
Yes.
Beast. She's like, why don't you try smiling?
Yes.
Like, "Oh."
Yes.
Like the mean ass smile. Okay.
I need to eat some food in a little bit. Like, I want to take up the sun, all that kind of stuff, but I need to go in and I need to eat like Goku, bro. Like, I'm an orc, half orc, giant beast. I haven't eaten at all.
Sure.
So I want to relax outside, meditate, do my thing, and then get ready to chow.
I gotcha. Seeing your awkward smile, he'll kind of like give you a double take, just to make sure that you're not like you giving him the stink eye, and then he'll be on his way. You know, Mogar, that seeing the sheriff, he's likely going to want to know where his deputy is. That's probably something that will come to your mind. Even if it's not something that you particularly care about, it's definitely something that will come to your mind. But as you step back in, famished from all of the work that you put in, charging through the rain, the mud, passing off your armor, seeing nightmares come to life, you step in and you see that it looks like most of the meal has been put down by Symarra, Nyx, and Solis. As they look to you, their jowls are stuffed. You see bits of bacon, heaps of bread falling from their mouth. They look like animals.
That's I know Mogar. Mogar, this is wonderful. I finally understand you.
Ah, Mogar's back at home.
Mogar just puts back a seat, grabs all the scraps, and just go. just
Motorboats
go
go-
Yeah, he is used to scraps. That's great.
You'll see that Kendra walks over, and there are bags under her eyes. She seems very gaunt, slightly sick. All things considered, she did just have, you presume, most of her life drained from her body, courtesy of the Sturges. She'll walk over and she'll place her hand on your bicep, Mogar. And she says, "Don't worry about the scraps, I'll make more."
While he's finishing, he has his mouth in his ball. It's like,
Mogar. Mogar.
Cypress will walk in and he's like, "Hey, man, are you guys eating all the food, man?"
There's no food here. There's no food there. There's no food here.
Nyx just like tries to cover whatever she has in front of her, like.
I was just thinking that Cypress would think of the apothecary and bar, and maybe we should check on them.
He's gonna say that. He kind of turns, and he goes, "I'm gonna go check on them, man. But you know, Tima's kind of hungry over here." And at that, you hear the padding of Tima as she's walking through the house, and when she rounds the corner, you just see the bear snout like wiggling.
Oh, I got it. I want to feed Tima. Can I feed Tima?
Your call, if you want to.
Oh, yes. Nyx runs over to Tima, just gives her a big old... and just starts feeding her with her hands.
Okay. What are you feeding her
lose a
particularly?
hand.
Well, we got, like, ginormous hams, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I just give her some hams.
All right, you.
I don't know what bears eat, but like ham just seems like a really good idea. I don't think we have fish.
You hop down from your chair and you like you've got this ham and you waddle on over to her and you see that she's kind of like looking around the room, but then you see the nose. It starts moving. It's like this. It's like a heat seeker, right? It's a heat-seeking missile, and it focuses downward at you and the ham. And when it sees you, she kind of like slowly leans in, baring her teeth, and the lips just like the snouts move. And she doesn't. It's like she doesn't want to hurt you.
She's trying to be gentle, like when you tell a dog gentle.
Yeah, she doesn't want to hurt you, but as she bites down, her maw is so large that when you place it in her mouth, your fingers slide up over her teeth and like disappear under her lips. So she slowly bites down onto it. You can feel the shudder of her jaws, and she tries to pull away so she doesn't snap down on your fingers. She's obviously very, very smart bear.
Oh my goodness. I want to continue to pet and feed her the rest of the morning.
Okay. She'll plop back onto her ass, and she like throws her legs out under her, so where she's sitting, like back legs out and front legs down, and she's and she slowly like gullets it down, and then she begins scratching her back on the wall. It's kind of shaking the entire door frame, and that's when you hear, "What's that? Hey man, what's Tima? Stop it, man! You're gonna wake everyone up." As you notice it, like it sort of moves not necessarily the foundation of the home, but everything standing above ground is just kind of shaking from the mere pretense of her weight. She's big, right? Like she's almost 1,000 pounds.
Is she a dire bear?
Not a dire bear. A dire bear is horrifying. It's like a giant fuzzy bus. Those are horrifying creatures.
Nyx definitely chimes in, and she just continues to pet Tima's fur, like, "Oh my God, Cypress, just let her be Tima. Let Tima be Tima."
While they're talking, I'm still eating and just munching it down. And I'm like, you know, Mogar was outside, and Mogar saw the stupid sheriff. You know, he might want to know where his things are. I'm guessing you guys know that I'm talking about the cop.
Yeah, so I'll stand up and I'll be like, well, I need to walk this off. I'm going to be stuck in the bathroom again for quite a while. So I'm going to go check on Bart in the apothecary.
Okay. Yeah, a dire bear is like the size of a 2-story house.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. They're several thousands of pounds. They're covered in bony plates.
Show me a picture of a real dire bear.
You want to see what a dire bear looks like? All right, let me get you a picture.
I'm not talking about no World of Warcraft. I want to see a real
talking...
dire bear. Like,
well, I mean, real dire bears obviously don't exist, but I'll get you a picture.
Yeah, they do. In my world, okay? Show me.
I don't want that World of Warcraft bullshit.
Let me get you a picture.
The reason why I say that, because I'm looking at it right now, and it looks like a leopard bear with armor. I'm like, that's not right.
No. Let's see. There are a couple of depictions of it.
Is it almost like a werebear?
A werebear. Oh God. I don't know.
Whoa!
I picture like the cutest little Tima. Okay, I don't know.
I mean, she's a little different, right? But in this case,
I could picture
view
like
image.
Paddington, but a giant.
Copy image location. Here you go.
Big
This
old
is
Paddington Tima.
there's a post. The bear in the
And
back
naked.
with the bony plating and
Holy shit.
Oh,
That's Tima?
no, that's a
that's
dire
the
bear.
Oh.
Tima's nowhere near this big.
No,
Damn, I can see it's as big as that boulder. It's not a boulder. It's a
It's a
rock.
rock.
A rock.
yeah, they're fucking huge, man. They're crazy.
Ah,
Oh, good
Tima's
Tima.
Quite a bit smaller. She's quite a bit smaller.
She's the runt of the litter.
Well, I mean, she's not a dire. She's just a normal bear.
Oh.
No, yeah.
Can
There
we
was no
just
way.
pretend she's the runt of the litter?
Sure, you can draw.
I want to have something in common with Tima. Okay, we're small. In our own like retrospective.
I mean, that makes sense. Because regular wolves are the size of like us.
Big, aren't they?
They're huge.
Yeah, wolves are.
You never
fucking
see them
huge.
sat next
Especially
to
timber wolves. Yeah, they're
Oh,
ginormous.
dude,
I
I
saw
love those babies.
a lady playing with
Oh, she was sat on the
wolves.
floor with one. Yeah.
Yeah, and that thing was like
We're huge.
huge. So I can imagine a dire wolf or a dire bear. Like, Jesus.
They're a little nutty. Just the sheer size of them.
can you ride a dire bear?
Many people could ride a dire bear.
Could I ride a dire bear?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Many people could
Nice.
ride a dire bear. Like literally, when I said that they're like a fuzzy bus, I wasn't lying. They're fucking
Fuzzy
enormous,
bus.
man. Totally. Like, for comparison, right now,
That's it right there.
You guys could ride Tima.
All of us.
Yes. Like, well, not all of you at the same time, but each of you individually. Mogar could ride Tima into combat.
What?
So then, could two of other people ride Tima at the same
Yeah,
time?
like me and Symarra can definitely ride Tima at the same
Hell,
time.
me, you, and Symarra can ride
I
it.
think easily Nyx and Symarra could ride Tima. If you could fit like 4 or 5 Nyxes on top of Symarra, not on Symarra, but on top of Tima.
Whoa.
Giggity.
Yeah, giggity. Sorry, that's a different D&D game. Forgive me.
Riding Symarra. Campaign 1. Okay, I'm done.
All right, you guys have had your breakfast. You can tell that
How was
she's.
the
What?
apothecary Bart doing? 'Cause
Oh,
so-
I'm going to check on them. Yeah.
Bart is still a little shaken. The apothecary is kind of like in and out of it. It's sort of like that post-surgery mode. She obviously didn't sleep quite as well as she wanted to, but for the most part, fine, right? Bart, on the other hand, he is recovered enough that he can actually start feeling things, like emotions. He doesn't really know what to think right now. He seems incredibly happy to see Kendra, but the mood has been sullied when she doesn't return that emotion.
Okay, Solis, I'm noticing this, right?
Definitely.
Solis notices it, and then he feels almost what's the word that I'm looking for? Obligated to like talk to Bart because so much has happened. So he goes over to Bart and he's like, "I know that look. Why so gloomy? She's been through a lot. The best thing you can do right now is to care for her, even at a distance. She doesn't know she's coming and going. She's kind of like in a trance. She's trying to take it all in."
I don't know. I suppose I suppose we just. It gives me hope when I see her, and she makes me think that even when things are wrong or when it's gone awry, it could be better. And she just, look at her. She seems broken. I just wish I wish I could help her, even with my eye like this. And yeah, Mr. Solis, have you ever been in a situation where you know someone's hurting, and you want so much to help them, but you can't help them. And
I don't know.
I think that's what hurts the most, is that I want to, but there's nothing I can do.
Is that, are you telling yourself that, or you actually believe that you can't? Because most she needs now is protection.
How can I protect her any more than all of you? I'm not the same, you know. I'm not strong or inclined magically. I'm just bought.
I would say you're strong. You've had a spirit go into your body, ram you into something, would kill a normal person. Yet you're here. Doesn't that make you stronger?
I mean, I don't know. I don't feel any stronger.
Sometimes we don't feel it until it comes down to the moments. I think you hanging around and helping her around, maybe the house, and protecting her, checking on her, will show her a lot of maturity, and you never know what can develop in that. But if you don't try, you're giving up. Are you someone that gives up, Bart?
No, I'm not.
Good. Solis pats him on the back.
Thank you. You didn't have to say those things.
Well, I only speak the truth. Sometimes. But with you, definitely speaking the truth.
You think she... Well, I'm not... I want to be fair. Solis, I was never really an answer man before, and now I'm not. I'm even less then. You think she could learn to love a potato face like myself?
Absolutely. Look at her. She's had a lot of things happen to her.
Look at her.
So at the moment, you both need each other, and ladies dig a good story, and you have one hell of a one to tell.
I feel like it's not my story, though. I mean, it was my body, but I didn't know what was going on. I just have to take your word for it.
Well, the good news is you're here now. You're stronger. I think the real damage is done to your pride. Try to mend that. Then once she sees that you're a prideful man who can actually help her, protect her, you never know what might happen between you two.
I think that's... I think I'm going to learn that. Right? I'm going to learn that from each of you. You've all shown me something different, and I think that's what I need to really learn, is something different from each of you. So it's like I cannot pay you enough. You've been very kind to me.
It's not something that we say is known for, especially to humans, but you know, just shows you it's a time for change. So Solis like kind of moves his hair out of his face and pats him on the back, and then goes checks on the apothecary.
She's kind of in and out of it. You can see that she's like when you wake her, she's kind of rolls a little bit, and you can tell that this is part of the exhaustion of losing so much blood, and being under some kind of revulsive spell, something that's happening particularly to her, or that has happened to her. But she'll startle awake when you step near her, and it takes her a moment to kind of like really spring her person forward before she's like, I have to be on my way. I'm probably not going to open up shop for a few days. I need to rest. I feel like shite.
Solis just kind of sits there and nods. Wants to tell her different, that she should probably stay and at least get looked over, but at this point, He feels like he can't really tell her much of anything from all that's happened.
Okay.
Before you go, do you know what happened? Because I feel like maybe you should know if you don't know.
If you don't know now you know.
I don't know exactly what's happened, but I don't want to know either. I can only presume I've done terrible things.
Nix just chimes in. There was so many awesome things. You sure you don't want to know?
Just here.
Sure?
Explain this to me. Did I do terrible things?
Do you know?
Are you gonna sit and listen to our story?
Mogar shakes his head. Yes.
Well, we don't know if she did, though, do we? Because she was just there.
Well, I'm not. No, I don't. I don't need that on my conscience. How
Well,
can I move forward if I know that I've hurt someone against my own will?
How could you move forward if you don't know if you did or not?
Because I don't know that I did, and it's not going to eat at me.
You don't know if you didn't.
I just asked you.
Well, we're not gonna tell you.
Mogar, did I hurt someone?
Don't listen to him.
Mogar.
God damn it.
See?
I am Groot. I just want to tell her to ask her if she's got any sort of protection from Sturges, or if maybe she should utilize that for a little bit, or just stay inside maybe. If you have any.
Well, that's the plan, is to stay inside.
Yeah. If you have anything that can keep Sturges away, she might want to sprinkle that around the town.
I don't. The only thing I have to keep Sturges away is seasoned adventurers that I happen to wind up in their office of study.
Okay,
Don't
cool.
blame us for your wandering.
I'm not blaming anyone for anything.
You just said
Solis runs over and puts his hand over Nix's mouth.
you
Just look careful.
If you want to
At
go,
night.
I understand. You've been through a lot. We can stop by later, maybe, and have a chat.
Okay.
We'll check on you.
She pushes herself up to a standing position and starts to walk over. And she sort of wobbles briefly, but she kind of throws her hand out like,
I have a question. When she does that, and when you see her hand, can I perceive if she's got any blood on it?
on her hand?
I don't know. She killed Father Grimborough.
You can try.
That's messy. There would be blood everywhere.
You can
and
try.
she was wet. So
Can
she
we all roll for that?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to her specifically because she's asking. No, Symarra, you do not see any kind of blood.
I don't
Nothing-
see it, or there is none.
You don't see any kind of blood.
Did I see anything else?
You see a wobbly woman exiting the home.
A
Okay.
wobbly woman.
Wobbly woman. Wobbly, wobbly, wobbly.
Nix Knackle Nim. Nix. You see Potato Face Bart. And Bart is, he's sort of licking his wounds at this point.
I'm sorry, I got the worst image that he's actually like.
I mean, it's
Look at
Bob,
his
so he
wounds.
could be.
You think
We all know
so
how
many
that-
terrible things of him.
He's a scumbag.
What
He's
makes
a
him a
pervert.
scumbag? What?
He tried to use
I
his
am a
position of
pervert.
power whilst we were in prison to see and touch boobies and ass. That's terrible.
I
You
offered.
should be shot in the foot at least.
Well, good thing
She's
she's
still
not in a
not-
position of
Still
power.
not over it. Yeah, thank goodness she didn't go in the room first.
I would make a great judge, jury, and executioner.
Is
And
that so?
only in the foot, at least.
So
He
are
doesn't die.
you gonna shoot Mogar because you saw him potentially
He didn't
leaning
touch the
in?
boobie. And we believed him when... And like, if Mogar wanted to fondle someone with or without the permission, big enough to do that, and not showers.
Oh my goodness!
You know what I'm saying?
It's like she's just playing it at its convenience, and I love it. Nix. His eye catches you staring at him briefly, and then he
Like
kind of
this, just like this.
he kind of looks down. This is
She
after.
gets closer.
This is after the talk with Solis.
She gets closer. And she gets closer. Just like this. She gets closer, and she gets closer until she's like right in front of him.
Okay, he's like, at this point, seeing that you're moving in, he's like looking straight down at his own chest.
She just gets closer, and then she slowly tilts to look under and just be like, "Hey, buddy. Hey, 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 buddy. Psst.
Yes.
Psst.
Yes.
How you feeling?
Yes, I know you're there. I know you're there.
How are you feeling?
Look at my face. What do you mean, how am I feeling?
Emotionally.
About as good as I look.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
I'll pick your head up because I don't like to whisper.
Fine.
This is so much better, and the blood isn't draining through my ears. Hi. Okay, so I know you're not like happy about it, but I think you will look dashing with a scar.
A scar? It's all puckered up around my eye. Look at it.
That's gonna heal. You're inflamed.
Jesus.
So you're saying it's going to go down then?
Yes, you're inflamed. Have you not been in a tremendous amount of pain?
Well, does that
You're a
mean...
police officer.
Does-
The brutality that you must enforce in this town. I'm surprised
What-
you've never
what-
seen.
Brutality? It's a town full of old people and farmers. Worst thing we got is the cobbler. Gib caught him last year, sexing his sheeps.
Sexting his sheeps,
He was ploughing them.
Klobler.
plowing sheeps.
That's the worst that happens in this town.
Okay, you need to leave.
We have old people.
Let's not. Okay, wait, no. Let's
Sheep
not
shaggers.
Let's not. I mean, you have just laid a whole lot of truth on me, and I don't think you should live here. Forget your face inflammation.
What do you mean forget my face? I
Leave
only get one
this
of them.
Sheep plowing town. What?
Listen,
God.
I was born here.
Born into a sheep plowing town. I'm sorry, continue. This is still very unsettling. Go. Maybe that's why Kendra wants to leave. So leave with
I don't fucking blame her. It
Good.
makes sense.
I don't blame her either. I didn't know
But-
you people had sex with animals
I
here.
don't have sex with
I
animals
didn't.
here.
Wait a minute. Are you king shaming?
No.
That's not a kink, son of a...
Is it a kink?
Pretty sure it's kink.
Does that?
I know you're just but it's also like probably illegal, right?
Yeah,
it's totally.
Yeah.
Is the
I mean,
main thing.
It's
some
totally-
kinks are very illegal. They are still qualified as kinks.
At this time,
Yeah.
in this particular town, it's totally not illegal. It's just illegal to do it in front of like children and other people.
Wait,
And then
what?
why is he talking about
Animal
the father?
brutality, animal sexual. What? It's
Okay,
illegal.
yeah.
Why
I
are
mean,
we
the whole-
here? I just want to like alert everybody that like why are we just so fucking
Yeah.
grossed out?
I
Like,
mean,
she's like,
Bestiality
Daniel, where's
is
the face
wrong.
come from?
as Nick starts handing
Wrong.
out pamphlets to like everyone.
Listen. I don't care what they do in their spare time. It's their time. It's not me. I'm not shagging the sheep.
Shagging on the sheep, eh?
Bart, I'm finding this whole conversation terribly, terribly terrible. And I just want to let you know that you gotta perk up because, like,
I'm trying. I'm trying to. Mr. Solis said the same thing, and it's still hard.
Nix just starts making ridiculous faces at Bart, trying to make him smile.
Listen,
Wait, how do
Miss
I do-
Nix, listen. I am not a believer in many things. I'm the kind of person that says what's in front of him and takes it as is. And I think that our paths have crossed because I'm supposed to learn some things from you. Now, originally, I wanted to learn what it was like to be with a woman. Well, I don't know if that's with you or not, but I do think that it's something that I'm supposed to learn from you.
I don't think it's sex.
No, honestly, I would feel wrong doing that. I mean, look at you.
What do you mean, look at me? What do you damn mean, look at me? Go on! Look at you! Go on!
It's not meant to be, right? I've never met a half gnome. You ever met a half gnome? Half man, half gnome. I've never met a half gnome. I just don't think physically it's meant to. You probably have all of the right tools, right? Everything is supposed to work the same, but I don't think it's meant to be. And I'm sorry. I'm still going to get my butt touches. That's been promised to me. If there's one thing I think you're not about, it's just going back on your word. And your face says that that's about right.
Nyx full throttles and straddles Bart and puts her hands around his throat and just starts yammering.
Can I just pick Nyx up?
Yes, you can.
At this point, Solis walks out and goes outside.
And I'm like, Nyx, I don't want to revisit my breakfast.
Symarra is just and her hands and her legs are just going at it.
It's like a really angsty toddler.
Yes, it is.
Okay, but Nyx, I mean, do you want to really with Bart though?
No, but it still hurts. She just slumps in defeat in her arms. It hurt.
It's not like you're not pretty. I think you're quite beautiful.
Cries.
Well, I'm certainly not learning how to speak to women from her.
You're learning how to deal with emotions that you can't control. That's what we're going to take from this.
Are you suggesting that I grab them by the waist and I hold them off the ground?
No.
You're an idiot!
Me.
And you're short.
It's fine. It's fine.
Mogar.
I'm going to put you down now that you're not trying to attack him, by the
Mogar.
way.
Mogar's just shaking his head.
Mogar,
Anywho.
what am I supposed to learn from you? What is your lesson?
Not to talk to strangers.
He's like, first you gotta mow, then you gotta gar.
I mean, I'm not being paid for this.
Mogar
What
has one thing to tell you.
Go. Go.
Mogar wants you to know that you don't look that bad. Stop being a wuss and go back to work.
Oh.
Dude, that's serious business because Mogar doesn't get sensitive about stuff.
You're right. You're right.
Mogar.
Is there something I should wear on my face? And if I'm going back in to work for Gib...
A bag!
We healed him. Well, Cypress healed him extra, so he's only got light scarring now, right?
Yeah, there's scarring, but obviously, there's a lot of swelling still.
Mm. Okay. Oh, I thought it went down.
Mogar.
Ms. Dix, I'm sorry you're mad at me, but it's not. It's not like this is ever going to happen, right? You weren't going to do anything for me anyway, and I was going to help with the town. You just... It's like Symarra, she was rather mean to me.
Good reason. I didn't let you die.
Well, I'm sorry.
Nice.
I didn't let you go blind. Those are 2 whole nice things I did for you, Bart.
I have been of the sweetest
No.
known variety.
No, you've just choked me.
Yeah, because you're an asshat.
No, that's not possible.
You are. It's like your whole face is a butt. And I don't want to talk to you anymore. We're not friends. We're not friends anymore.
Your whole face is a butt.
Your whole face is a butt. It's smelly
Whole.
and it's disgusting.
It's not smelly.
I don't want to be your friend anymore. I don't. You don't even get your butt touches. Done.
He stands, and he'll nod to you, Symarra, and he'll nod to you, Mogar. It was a 6 anyway. And he'll walk out.
It's okay. Your dick is a tiny fucking acorn.
I think that went well. Yeah.
Solis, he
Yeah.
exits the building. He'll take a few of his things, at least anything that he would think is his. Mogar, as you kind of like lean out, you'll see that he attempts to say something to the lady of the house, Kendra, and it doesn't quite go as planned. She'll just kind of shake her head. You'll see his head drop, almost in shame, and then he'll exit. Solis, you'll see him head out. Something's clearly bothering him, but he's not going to stop. He's going to show up to work. He's not even heading to what you believe to be his home. He's going directly into the center of town.
At this point, Solis kind of looks at him and just nods his head. He wants to say something, but at this point, after all that's happened, it's just kind of feels like it's not going to help. But in his mind, he's saying, you know, he thinks that Bart's doing the right thing by going to work and not at least not giving up on himself.
He is going to work, or he's not going to work?
He is.
You think that he is going to work?
That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kendra will retreat from the kitchen after cooking extra foods, just to make sure that you guys get enough. And she will go back to her sitting position, binding herself up with water, and she'll have a kettle on, in case anybody would like any kind of tea or anything like that. And this is kind of your guys' opportunity to have a first really easygoing, like, downtime session. You guys can explore more of the town if you'd like to. You could make this as serious as you'd like, right? But you guys have resolved everything. The apothecary has gone. Bart is gone. Kendra is better.
But the dead guy's still upstairs!
That's right.
So we gotta go see what the hell's going on with the dead guy.
I'm gonna flump down next to Kendra and ask her what the crack is with Bart. Like, so...
Before you do that,
Okay.
we're going to take our first break.
Okay, I was gonna ask how long it is, because if it's only an hour longer, then...
We'll just go until you guys are done.
Okay.
Until you're done with it. But we're going to go ahead and take our first break. Guys, we'll be right back. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in about a 5 so take a break, get something to drink, grab some water, whatever, and
Stretch
those legs.
we'll see you guys
Stretch.
Go take a poop.
in a few minutes. So BRB, folks. BRB.